Da, 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 da. Oh yes, here we are once again in a wonderful MyS webinar. We are delighted to have you here with us, and I am delighted to be here with my delightful colleague.
Thank you very much.
Oh
I'm
yes,
happy too.
it is my pleasure. Yes, I have some hot mint tea that I just made because I love my teas.
And I have a bottle of water.
Beautiful. Good to stay hydrated. Yes. And what can we tell you? We have a lovely focus for you today. But before we dive in, we wanted to ask you a question. Have you introduce yourselves, and we shall introduce ourselves.
Yes. So our main question for you today is, do you like to cook? And if so, what do you like to cook? So in the comment section, please comment what your name is, where are you from, and do you like to cook?
And then just a note, when you cook and after dinner, remember to brush your teeth.
Yes, now it's important to brush your teeth because we cannot go to the dentist.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Do you know that here in the US, they say do teeth cleaning once a year, like as a practice, like you just go to the dentist and clean your teeth once a year. But here, not so much, because I went recently and I said, well, I guess it's time for me to have my teeth cleaned. And they're like, well, your teeth are fine. It's like, okay. So I didn't.
Say, but you should go to the dentist at least every 6 months.
Yeah. Anyways, so
teeth cleaning is good, but maybe something else happened. You chipped a tooth or
right.
Unfortunately, teeth are very brittle.
They are. So shall I introduce myself?
Of course.
All right. Hello, kind world. Hello. I am Monique. I am from Los Angeles, California, but I wanted to share something with Joanna, and I'll even share it on this lovely platform here that we are using, which is YouTube, broadcast to the world. Interestingly enough, my dad and my grandparents, his parents, were born in Africa.
What?
Isn't that neat? Yeah.
Where?
In Egypt. Hi, Antonella. Welcome.
Hello. Your dad was born in Egypt.
Yeah, he lived there until he was 6 years old. And my grandparents as well were born in Egypt, and then they came to Italy. But interesting, huh?
So your parents.
Hi, Sole. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Sole. So your dad is actually Egyptian.
Well, no, he's an Italian born in Egypt.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that.
I will. Yeah.
I'm happy you are hot. Like, let's say you are a quarter. Somewhat African.
There's some connection to the African continent, yeah, so I wanted to share that. And in terms of the question, yes, I like to cook. I am not such a good cook, though, I admit it. But I recently made my first quiche, which came out quite tasty. And yeah, so I like to cook. I really like to cook vegetables, though. I like to cook a lot of ginger. I like to cook... I like to use, mostly vegetables, though. I just love vegetables and seeds, grains, rice, pasta. So yeah, Sole, my dad we're Sephardic, right, on my dad's side. So we're Jewish, meaning on my dad's side, we're Sephardic Jews. On my mom's side, we're Ashkenazi. So that is why there's all these different origins, let's say, different places that we're from. But basically, yes, my dad, Italian born in Egypt, so in Africa. But yeah.
Yeah, so Monique is actually like half Italian. She's more Italian than me. I'm not Italian. I'm just Italian because I have residency.
Well, that's a part, right? I mean, we're all a beautiful mix and melange, right? Hello, Cinzia. Welcome. Antonella is sharing with us. Wow.
Antonella says, what? What are you talking about? That's so cool. Antonella says, wonderful. My parents got married in South Africa near Johannesburg.
That's so cool. Where did they get married?
Yeah, please tell us, where did they get married?
I want you to, Joanna, today, I didn't do this intentionally. I just was looking through my notes to make one of the YouTube content things, the Instagram things, which I'm going to be making one today. And look what I found.
You found the map.
The map of South Africa.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
No, that makes me really happy. You really like spirit. So.
It makes me happy too. And the other day you had mentioned Port Elizabeth, which I had never heard of. So I looked at and saw it right there.
Up the coast.
And then, as you know, Durban is where I'd like to visit, as well as Cape Town.
Monique is fascinated with Durban. Antonella, I don't know who you are. Please tell us where your parents got married. And then maybe, I don't know, Monique, do you want to continue introducing yourself?
I can say that my parents got married in Copenhagen, but...
That's cool. That's just cool.
Yeah, it's a funny story there because my dad was underage and didn't have his parents' consent. And so my mom's 12 years older than my dad. And so they basically started driving from Rome and driving north until they found a country that would marry them without his parents' permission. And the first country was Denmark. It's a funny story.
Your parents are interesting. I like it so much.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. You would get along with them a lot. They're cool.
What's your mom's name?
Lillian.
And
what is your mom's name?
And your dad?
My dad's name is Silvano. And your parents?
My mom is Gabriela and my dad is Antonio.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. And Antonella says, in 1981, because my dad worked there. That's really interesting.
Well, let me introduce myself. So, Antonella, I'm Joanna, and I come from South Africa. It's like Monique's map.
South Africa from the Western Cape.
Yeah, towards the south, the very south part. I come from Cape Town. My parents also got married in 1981.
That's amazing.
Yeah, which is very, very coincidental. My mom is German and my dad is Portuguese. And they got married in South Africa.
That's so neat. So they met in South Africa.
Yes, because my mom was studying there for 3 months.
3 months? She went to study and ended up moving her whole life there.
She moved back and then they got married, they started dating and then she moved back again to South Africa.
That is so cool.
Yeah, life was very different there. They wrote letters to each other and then 6 weeks later they got married. So
beautiful. And your dad had already been living there? Notice the use of the past perfect. Your dad had already been living there. How interesting.
Yeah.
What led your dad to move to South Africa?
His parents.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so he had no choice actually.
Wow. So his parents were Portuguese?
His father was, his mother no.
Interesting. Well, we both have quite diverse backgrounds and whatnot, which is cool.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, but somehow it makes sense.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Antonella says yes, sure.
For what?
I don't. Maybe about the year 1981. I don't.
Maybe. Where did they get married? So you said they got married near Johannesburg, but where? And to answer the question, do I like to cook? No, because I don't know how. But I do try.
You don't like to cook at all? Zero.
I do like to cook because I really like vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I just need to find my niche. I can't follow a recipe.
I can't either. I have a very difficult time following. When there's authority and rules, I go, And in fact, when I cook more based on my instinct, it always comes out better. If I just instinctually go, I think a little more of this, that, and then it's delicious. When I try to follow a recipe, it's kind of like insipid. Because there's too much pressure, to make the things right. I just want to be free.
I just want to enjoy my food.
Exactly. Hello, Claudio. Welcome. We're asking everyone, do you like to cook? And if so, what food do you like to cook?
Yes, please tell us. So Charlie as well and Chinsa, what food do you like to cook?
Do you like South African food?
Do I like South African food? Of course.
Yeah. Antonella seems surprised. She says, you come from South Africa, Cape Town? The answer is yes, Antonella. Aren't we lucky in Bologna Mille to have a colleague that comes all the way from South Africa, from Cape Town?
Monique should have a different job. You should be like my professional helper because you lift my spirit.
I would love to. So has anyone else ever been to Cape Town, South Africa? Antonella, have you ever been to South Africa where your parents got married? That would be interesting. No, see the place where your parents got married. Where did your parents get married?
In South Africa? I don't. In the court.
Is that in Cape Town?
in court, like like the judge.
Oh, okay. My parents got married in Copenhagen, in like, also it was just the two of them, and maybe they found a random person to be the witness, but they didn't know anybody in Copenhagen. I have no connection to Denmark. It was just very much just find somewhere to do it and do it,
Man, I wish I could meet your parents.
Yeah, they're cool. Cinzia, very nice. You're vegetarian. You love to cook vegetables. Look what I have here. Does anyone remember how to call this?
Yes, what is that vegetable called?
I also brought some of this today. Very handy in the kitchen.
Definitely. I also recently bought some.
Did you really? Yeah. Quite
I
nice.
have it in my house.
Ooh, now it looks like I'm in some jungle, right? Can you see me through the jungle of parsley? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Cinzia, very nice. Lienia, I'm not sure how to say your name, how to pronounce it. Lienia. That's cool. I love to cook mostly cakes.
Oh, remember quickly, I'm going to struggle saying her name, Yelenia. We don't cook cake, but we bake cake. So any food that goes in the oven is baked. Potato, cake, lasagna,
quiche.
Yeah, anything in the oven is to bake.
Cookies. Focaccia.
Yes.
What else? Castagnacho, to bake.
I don't know what castagnacho is.
It's like a Tuscan thing made with chestnut flour. I've made it twice. It's quite good with pine nuts, and it's nice because it's a sweet, but it's not really sweet. It's kind of like a bit savory. So, hello.
Maria.
So hi, Maria. Welcome. Sole says fennel, exactly. And this, though, is what? It's not Pilates.
No, what is?
She's sorry. She's saying from before. Shona, can you read what she said?
Yes. So plate. Sole says, I like to cook sometimes. I like to cook sometimes because I'm lazy. I like to cook different plates from different cultures. Awesome.
Yeah, you might also say different entrees or different dishes. Not so much plates, even though plate and dish is the same meaning. We would say more different dishes from different cultures, but because plate is usually just one plate. It's not the same as in Italian, like a plate is literally just a physical plate, right?
We're talking about the whole dish itself, the food. So let's say she likes to cook Spätzle, which is a typical German pasta.
I think it's also in the north of Italy. You can find it sometimes.
The north of Italy, they have a rich culture that is what's the word, influenced by German and Austrian and
Claudio, I like to cook pasta. Me too, and I just cooked some pasta for lunch, but unfortunately it wasn't that tasty. I put parsley, I put fennel, what else did I put? Carrots, and I put I put cicoria, which in English is chicory. Wasn't so good. So what I thought, since I have some left over, is that in this evening for dinner, I'm going to add pine nuts and put it in the oven. So I'll have baked pasta. Does everyone know pine nuts? I'm going to write it down just as a... Ooh, I think Sole is asking everyone a question. Let's see here.
Before we get to Sole's question, Maria says, during quarantine, I'm cooking everything and all the time. Yes.
Exactly, and I hope you all are using plenty of ginger, very good antioxidant and very healthy and good for our immune system. So remember your ginger. I just bought some new ginger today. I only spent 2 hours to go to the supermarket. But anyways, I got the ginger, so I'm okay. I almost forgot the eggs, though.
I'm glad you didn't forget the eggs. I'm glad you got that. Maria also says, in my opinion, cooking is so relaxing.
I agree.
To make gnocchi. Oh.
Wow, Maria, congratulations. I've never made gnocchi. Have you?
No.
That's really cool.
I'm not a fan of gnocchi. I don't like it. It's so chewy.
Oh, really? I love gnocchi. It's one of my all-time favorites.
No,
Did you know that in Rome, Thursday is gnocchi day?
Really?
Yeah. that's the day you have gnocchi. Like it's a special day for gnocchi. I don't know why, but it's a very funny tradition. Sole says, what's your favorite dish? Well, Joanna, what's your favorite dish? And we can ask everyone, what's your favorite dish? Good question.
The question is, are you asking about Italian dishes or are you talking about general dishes?
I think general, anything.
I don't have a favorite general dish. I just like hot and spicy food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm really open to trying a lot of new things. But when it comes to pasta or Italian dishes, I think I have three. I really, really like spaghetti carbonara. I love tortellini and broth, and I am crazy for penne arrabbiata.
Ooh, okay. So you like spicy.
Yeah. Give it to me hot.
Yeah, I would say, and Sole, what's your favorite dish, right? I would say mine, I mean, it's something I haven't eaten in a very long time, but I love Thai soup. Like there's Thai soup that's made with coconut water or coconut milk, tom yum kai. Like, wow. I haven't eaten that though, seriously, for at least a year. But that's probably one of my favorite dishes. Maybe also because I have it so infrequently, so rarely.
Yeah.
Claudio says, I like ginger so much. I usually eat it. Oh, you eat it in pieces. So the preposition would be in pieces, meaning you take pieces and eat it raw. Claudio, do you eat raw ginger? Remember, raw is the opposite of cooked. I put ginger in everything I cook lately because it's good for the immune system. So even in my pasta that I made this afternoon, I put some. So remember, everyone, raw. Oops, sorry. Raw, the opposite of cooked. So Claudio, do you eat raw ginger? I'm curious.
All right.
Lovely, everyone. Shall we dive into our focus for this afternoon?
Let me share it with you.
Time flies. I can't believe it's already 2:15. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Oh gosh, let me get my harmonica. Sole says pasta with tomato sauce, minestrone. Note in the United States we call minestrone. How do you pronounce it?
Minestrone.
Yeah, okay. And sashimi or everything with raw salmon. Yeah.
And if we don't say minestrone, we would probably just say minestrone.
Really? Right. No, in the US, minestrone. Everything that has an E is like pronounced, right? Claudio says, yes, just a little piece because remember the subject, it is healthy because it is healthy for the stomach. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Would we say it is healthy for the stomach or it is good for the stomach?
Probably more it is good for the stomach, yeah. So remember, Claudio, yes, just a little piece because it is good for the stomach. I did not know that. Thank you. Yeah, I just know it's good for the immune system, which is so important now.
He says I also eat it raw, but also cooked like tisana.
Okay, so this is an important vocabulary and a very, very false friend because tisana in English is herbal tea. There's no such thing as tisane, at least not in the United States. No. So for example, I'm right now drinking mint tea, which is not without caffeine. It's not caffeinated or decaffeinated. But yeah, it's called herbal. I would imagine we might pronounce it differently. Herbal tea, how do you pronounce that?
Herbal tea.
Yeah. Okay, so just be aware that the H is pronounced in the US. No, is not pronounced in the US, herbal, and is pronounced in South Africa.
Herbal.
Also, hi Gianluca, nice to see you. Funny you should ask because da-da.
Monique is the fennel god.
I could draw a smiley face and say, this is Mr. Fennel. Oh, my fennel is here, Gianluca. Thank you for asking. And I had some in my pasta that I had for lunch. So always love it. Oh, thank you, Sole. That's so sweet.
All right.
Shall we dive in?
We definitely should. So today we're going to focus on the history of food.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
All right. Monique, would you like to read the objectives?
Yes, indeed. So our objectives for this focus on the history of food are food quiz, passives, and famous food origins.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we have general questions. Should we go one by one?
Sure.
Okay, so a unique dish. Number one, what are the most famous dishes from your region or country? Which is your favorite and what is it made from?
And I did my homework and I looked up Los Angeles so that I would tell you some of famous dishes, right, from Los Angeles. So Mexican food is really big in Los Angeles, right? Huge. So for example, burritos, really big in Los Angeles. Tacos and tamales and guacamole. So basically smushed avocados, because avocados are so common and they grow so well in Southern California that you eat a lot of avocados. Then sweet potato fries.
Okay,
Have you ever had sweet potato fries?
I'm not a lover of sweet potato.
Okay, but you know sweet potatoes. Yeah, so they're like bright orange. Scrambled eggs, very common to have for breakfast. As like in general in the United States, we have more savory breakfasts than sweet breakfasts. A very big difference from Italy. So scrambled eggs, matzo ball soup, which is a traditional soup that's made like in the Yiddish culture, so Jewish culture. It's very common to have in delis, and I make it too. And it's kind of like in Trentino also, there's these canederli. It's similar to that. They're big balls made of flour from matzah. Are
Okay.
you familiar with matzah? I'll get the box. Hold on one second and I'll show you. Or I mean, we invite everyone to share too.
Yes. A good question, guys. Please comment in the comment section. What are the most famous dishes from your region or country? Which ones are your favorite?
So this is matzah in English. It looks like this. Yeah. Can you see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what it is unleavened bread. It has no yeast in it, right? Yeah. So this is smushed matzah with eggs made into balls. It's a very typical soup in Los Angeles. And the last one I wanted to share, we invite you all to share as well. But the last I wanted to share, there's a place in Hollywood called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And what it is fried chicken and waffles with maple syrup all over it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I know. But I just thought I would share because it's a place people love, and supposedly Obama loves it too. So
okay. I'm sure if they take the chicken and they sort of roast it in a way with the maple syrup in order for it to become tangy, I'll eat it. But if it's just waffles, chicken, and no.
It's really sweet, but it's a really popular spot too. It's just crazy. It's like you put maple syrup on anything, it's delicious. You put anything in oil and fry it really with a high flame.
It will become not good.
It'll become delicious, right?
Claudio says, I love burrito. When I was in London, I've tried it at a Chipotle store, which I think is famous also in America.
It is. My brother worked at Chipotle in Arizona for 1 year. Yeah, Chipotle is like a Mexican food franchise.
I've seen it all in movies and things.
Yeah. Sole, the best burrito I've ever eaten is at. Remember, everyone, the preposition for a place specifically is at, right? So at Chipotle, at the restaurant, at this, at that. So nice, Sole. Yeah. Oh, I can't even think about burritos now. Oh, they're just lovely.
Antonella also says, I live in Bari in the south of Italy, where we usually eat orecchiette, a typical fresh pasta with turnips. Another typical dish is rice, potatoes, and mussels, or we eat focaccia. Oh, stop! I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, they're so good. That's delicious. I love the pasta from your region, Antonella. Yeah. And Iliania, also in Bari, she says, I live in Bari, Puglia, which in English is Apulia. In Bari, we often cook potatoes, rice, and mussels. Cooked, not raw. Okay.
All right.
Excellent. Yeah.
excellent.
Okay, and so Antonella and Yenia come. Maybe they know each other from the Mayas in Bari, possibly. That's really cool.
Sole also says about my region, it is used to cook eggplants like parmigiana or spicy food like nduja, but the oranges of my city taste delicious. Whoa.
Nice. So, in my region, we usually cook maybe something more like that. So, in my region, we usually cook eggplant, and in the U.S., eggplant, that dish is called eggplant parmesan. What is it called in South Africa?
We don't have it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in LA, there's so many Italian restaurants. I think every other restaurant is Italian. It's like the holy grail of restaurant and food.
We have a lot of Italian restaurants, but I think they focus more on pastas than they do maybe with the typical things like parmigiana.
Interesting. Hello, Sadi Wali. How cool. Nice to, oh, it's Arafat. Okay. Hi, Arafat. Very nice to see you and welcome. We are talking about food today. And we are talking about fennel. Okay, excellent answers, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Arafat, and thank you for joining us, everyone. Shall I read question number 2 now?
Yes.
So it says, which type of food do you think is most well known around the world? So which is the most? So actually, just a correction for our own slide here. Remember when we use the superlative, we use the. So which type of food do you think is the most well known around the world? I'll do a screenshot so I remember. The. What do you think, Joanna? The most well known food.
Go with 1 rice, 2 pasta.
I would say I would agree with you. Rice. What do you all think out there? The most well known? Pizza and sushi. Okay. Sole, pizza and burgers. Antonella, pasta and pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking rice even more than pasta, because if rice is eaten in China and in India, think about that's like half of the world's population at least.
Definitely.
Okay, Italian food is the most well known. Pizza.
And
Claudio.
hamburger. Remember, Claudio, we don't spell hamburger with the last H. So it's hamburger, no H.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, possibly. Also, I wonder what else would be kind of the most well known.
Meat. I think another
Meat. Maybe even ice cream, though, you know, something that's really famous, like people like know and love, right?
Possibly could be, yeah.
Cool.
You, Monique, do you agree with me with rice?
I agree with rice. I would say rice more than pasta. Just because it's like, it's such a staple food. Do you know what I mean? It's a staple food, meaning something that's your go-to, something that grows, right? If you think also about the process to harvest, to create pasta or to create rice, I'm not sure, but I would imagine rice is less elaborate of a process, right? So rice is easier to get for more people, maybe. So a staple food in that it's more kind of a building block. If I think too of like, for example, in the US, in Mexico, in Central America, rice and beans, really. Like I did a trip once, I might have told you about it, where we were 6 weeks driving from Los Angeles to Costa Rica. So 6 weeks in a car. And basically all we ate was rice and beans, which are the staple food in that region, right?
Exactly. Rice being for the fiber and the beans for the protein.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see here. Sole says French fries. Good point. French fries or chicken. And Arafat is saying, yes, I agree with you. Very nice, Arafat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Joanna, would you like to read number 3?
Yeah. In your opinion, which country has the best food? Oh, good question. We can continue with that quickly. So Monique mentioned a nice word. She said staple food. Just to clear up any confusion, that is something that's almost always included in your diet. You will eat it maybe between 3 to 4 times a week.
What is it?
Depending on country to country.
What's a staple food for you?
In South Africa, staple food is rice and potatoes.
Oh, nice. I love potatoes. Yeah. For me, for example, apples. I've been eating an apple a day.
You know
And you
what?
know what they say?
Apple a day keeps
Keeps the doctor away. Remember that, everyone. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, we always say. So, Arafat, for Italians, it's very easy to answer. Well, what is the answer? Sole says Asia, maybe because it is healthier. Remember the subject. But about the taste, Italian one. I don't know, Sole. I don't know if I agree because, like Thai food or Indian food, has a lot of flavor,
Yeah, they use
right?
more spices that are not common in Europe.
Like lemongrass. Do you like lemongrass?
I do, or
I love
curry
it.
in general. But
Curry, yeah,
not one flavor. You
yeah.
get so many different flavors, like even masala. Whoa.
Yeah, so true. And Arafat, Antonella agrees with you, by the way. So, I mean, this is a complicated thing to say which country has the best food. I think every country has amazing dishes. It's just like, for example, in the south of Mexico, in Oaxaca, there's a thing called mole, which is basically a sauce that you put on your food, which is made with tomato and chocolate. It's
Tomato chocolate.
awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, it's called mole. You
Mole.
can put it on vegetables, or it's really interesting. I guess it's more like cacao, right? But it's really quite tasty. So,
You said cacao.
well, yeah, cacao it's different than chocolate, right? It's the origin of chocolate. So,
I say
yeah.
cocoa, even though it's spelled cacao.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Arafat, each country has their best food.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
their own best food.
Yeah, has their own best food. I mean, I think, yeah. The spices have no calories. Okay, very nice. Excellent. So, yes, if you go crazy with parsley, I guess there's not
I
really
never
calories.
answered that. So what is in Monique's hand is parsley.
Yeah,
Prezzemolo,
exactly.
parsley.
Yeah. Antonella, you couldn't ask us these questions. We are Italian and we do it better. Okay.
I don't think
Very
so.
nice. Well, I mean, we live here for a reason, right? And
Yeah, we
certainly food is one of the reasons. So,
I am crazy for pasta. So I do agree with you, but also consider I come from South Africa, and like South Africa, just as well as South America, we love meat.
right, here is South Africa. If anyone has forgotten, we see South Africa and we see where Joanna is from, which is Cape Town, which I can't, somewhere here in the south. Claudio, for my tastes, or for my taste buds, the best country that has the best food is Italy. Okay.
Oh, that's so biased.
It is, but that's cool. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Should we continue?
I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Right, guys, before we continue, thank you, Antonella.
Thank you, Antonella.
We are going to do a quiz. All right. So here we have example question 1, and it has 3 options: A, B, or C. We want you to choose one of the correct answers and put them in the question or in the comment section. As we go through the answers, we're going to see who has the most correct answers.
Exactly.
Okay. Do the quiz with us. Monique, would you like to start with the first question?
Yes, I would love to. So, ice cream. Number 1, ice cream was invented in China, Germany, or Mexico?
I'm sorry, I'm just going to skip a little quickly.
Sole says China, really? Okay. So Gianluca says China, Sole China, Antonella China. Okay. So the quiz works that we're going to go through the whole thing and then the next slide will tell us the answers. So, all right. People are saying China, maybe?
Oh, we're going to have to see later. Question number 2. The English muffin was first baked in A, the USA, B, France, or C, England?
In case you don't know what an English muffin is, it's a funny, puffy flour thing that you have for breakfast often. Do you have the English muffin in South Africa?
Yes, we do.
Oh, how cool. Okay. Yeah. Generally, you toast it and have like butter on it or something. So,
Guys, have a look at this, okay? Both two people have already answered England. This is a trick question, all right? So if it says the English muffin in the beginning, just know it is a trick question.
okay. So we have Gianluca says US, Sole, Antonella, Yenia, England. All right. Shall we move to the third?
Yes, please.
All
Read it.
right. So I do have Exhibit A, carrots. So the question is, when carrots were first grown, they were orange, purple, or green?
So A, B, or C? Orange,
A,
purple,
B, or C?
green.
Yes.
Gianluca says purple.
Arafat, yes, is purple.
Yelenia says purple. Okay, everyone's agreeing. Sole says green.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio says purple.
So I think we all know that this is not the original color.
No, if orange is the color now, it means orange was not the first color. All right.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4. Chocolate was first made by A, Belgians, B, Italians, or C, Aztecs.
Mm-hmm. Do you like chocolate?
I love chocolate.
I'm actually not a fan of chocolate. I never have been. Yeah, I mean it's okay, but I don't know. I don't have such a sweet tooth, basically.
I have a sweet tooth, but only for certain things. Like you mentioned before in one of our webinars, dulce de leche.
Oh, that's amazing. That's like the heavenly. I mean, that's divine. That's not even food. That's like manna from the skies. I mean, okay. So Sole says Aztecs, Arafat Belgians,
Aztecs.
Okay, and
Aztecs. Gianluca also says Belgians.
he's moving forward, actually, Gianluca, because he said Aztecs for 4. So I'll read number 5 right quick. So French fries were created in Belgium, France, or England. French fries. Where were they created? My grandmother, who was born in London in the East End, she would always call them French fried with a D. I don't know why. French fried. Very cute. She would make them too, like big chunks of fried potatoes.
We in South Africa, we don't call them French fries. We call them chips.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Or slap chips.
Slap chips?
Yeah, slap just means like they're not stiff.
Oh, nice. So they're soft?
They're more soft, and then when you like dunk them in ketchup or something, there you can. It's not stiff like a French fry.
Yeah. Nice. Antonella, only for the name. Oh, France. Okay. Sole, England. Claudio, France. Okay, we got some different answers. Arafat says England.
Yelenia says France.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So shall we go to the answers? I'm ready with my harmonica.
1, 2, oh!
All right, so answers. Number 1. Everyone ready for number 1? The correct answer, ice cream was invented in China. It was made by mixing rice and milk to create a syrup that was then frozen. Genius. Invented in China. Yeah, I think Arafat thought Italy, right? Because the Italian ice cream is so good, but invented in China.
So Gianluca, Sole, Antonella, Yelenia, they all got it correct.
Isn't that wild? Mixing rice and milk.
It could be good. Yeah. Let's see number 2. So number 2 is A. The English muffin was actually baked in the USA before it was brought to England.
So then the question.
It was a trick question.
But why is it called the English muffin? That's what's funny.
I don't know. That could be our homework. Why is the English muffin called the English muffin?
Yeah, and the most famous brand in the US is Thomas's, and the little song goes, Thomas's English muffins. Yeah, so now you all know. All right.
So Gianluca, you got it correct. And I think he's the only one who got it correct.
Yeah, because it was a trick question. So
excellent. You want to get to number 3?
All right. So for 3, the correct answer was B. Carrots were originally purple. The orange carrot was cultivated because it tasted much better than the purple variety. An interesting note that I learned watching another webinar of some of our colleagues from MIAS is that carrots were originally from Afghanistan
Oh,
in
cool.
Asia. That's cool, huh?
I did
And
not know that.
and in fact, in the US, purple carrots are actually popular. They're called heirloom carrots. I don't
I,
know if you have heirloom carrots there, but what it means is it's grown by the seeds by being pushed in the wind and not by it being planted. So they're called heirloom carrots. Any sort of heirloom vegetables, heirloom tomatoes, heirloom carrots. They can be purple, they can be red, green. They're called heirloom.
all right. But for
Yeah.
some reason, I really can't think that purple carrots would taste more better than orange. I don't know why.
They're quite nice, actually. I like purple
I'm
carrots.
not saying it won't taste nice. I just can imagine it has more of a bitter taste. Like
Yes, exactly. It is more bitter.
yeah, the darker vegetables are more bitter than lighter vegetables.
Exactly. Have more nutrients too, like kale or something. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Gianluca, because became famous in England, maybe. Yes, maybe, maybe. Arafat, me too. Sole, I'm not good at this game. That's okay, Sole. It's a game, so it's all good.
So
Arafat, I answered USA for the second. Okay, so he's making it clear that he also got the second one correct, as well as Gianluca. No.
So for the third one, the correct people were Gianluca. It was Arafat. Oh no, Sole, no, not green. Yelenia, you were correct. Claudio were correct. And Antonella says, I don't know, but you're so cute.
So cute. And Gianluca, you're not the king. I'm the king. Sorry, I had to. I had the hat, so I had to do it. But yeah, we're all royalty in this lovely webinar today. So shall we move forward here?
Yes. Chocolate was originally made as a drink by the Aztecs and Mayans from South America.
Yeah. So not at all from the other places. What did it say? Switzerland, Germany, other places in Europe? Yeah.
Belgium's got really good chocolate though.
Yes, but originally chocolate's from Latin America, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. And it's very revered too. It's used in ceremonies too. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Gianluca. You are amazing. You all are amazing. We are amazing. And we are very fortunate to be here together right
Yes.
now. So, all right. Last.
Is
Right.
correct. I just want to go through who got them correct.
Oh,
Gianluca,
of course.
correct. Sole, Arafat, not this time. Antonella, Claudio, excellent guys. Last but not least, you ready?
Last but not least. All right, number 5. The correct answer is A. French fries were created in Belgium, then made their way to France. How do you like that? I didn't know that. French fries were created. In fact, they're very popular in Belgium. No?
They probably make it a lot better.
Possibly, yeah. I think they have shops where you buy just like shops that sell only French fries too. And in this little paper wrapping thing, French fries, with this sauce on top that I can't remember what it's called.
I've never been to Belgium before, so I don't know.
Thank you, Sole. Yes, it is my pleasure. You can imagine my table is just filled with stuff. It's quite funny, actually.
Actually, my table is filled with fennel.
Exactly. Just 1,000 pieces of fennel. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I have 3 pieces of fennel now. No, Antonella says no. Yes, from Belgium. How do you like that?
All right, so let's check the answers quickly. Gianluca says A, which is correct. Arafat was wrong again, unfortunately, not in England, but in Belgium. Antonella said France, unfortunately, no. Sole, no, too. All right, but not bad, guys. It was really well done.
So, Antonella, this is only a very quick Google search, but what I found was it says American soldiers stationed in Belgium were first introduced to French fries during World War I. As the official language of the Belgian army was French, soldiers nicknamed the delicious fried potatoes French fries. The name stuck, and decades later, we're still giving credit to the wrong country. Interesting.
Unfortunately, guys, think of Belgium every time you eat French fries.
Exactly. Why aren't they Belgian fries, right?
Do we?
I guess it's disputed. Oh, that's interesting, though. It's a very good question. Yeah. You can also say fried potatoes, though, right?
Yeah.
Like
Fried potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Do we have time for the one more? What do you think? Or are we?
We could read through it.
Sure.
And see as far as we go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Antonella. Thank you for asking. It was a good question. So we see a staple food again, which we had mentioned before what it was. Staple food, meat, potatoes, rice, pasta. In fact, this is about pasta. Shall we do one sentence each?
Yeah, certainly.
Also, we want you all to look out for the passives, right? There's a lot of passives that are used in here. So remember the passive form is to be and the past participle or has been, have been, had been, right? Plus the past participle. So keep an eye out for the passives in here.
So
go for it.
I'm just busy typing in the comment section.
Okay, so I'll start it. In fact, this is the pasta I made for lunch. It's actually spelt pasta. So farro in English is spelt, which is S-P-E-L-T. Tasty pasta. Maybe that's why it wasn't so delicious.
I like stuff.
I do too, but I don't. Anyways, okay.
All right.
Go.
Pasta is eaten all over the world, but where was it first eaten? When most people think of pasta, it is immediately associated with Italy.
But some people would argue that pasta was in fact brought to Italy by Marco Polo in 1295 when he returned from China.
Before that, it had been eaten by the Chinese as early as 3000 BC. But the Chinese had created were actually rice noodles,
which are delicious. They were similar to pasta, but were made using rice flour instead of wheat.
Another popular theory is that pasta was introduced after Sicily had been invaded by Arabs in the 9th century AD.
Indeed, it had, and let me get to that slide because it's covered up. I'll be right there. Don't give me 1 minute. Let's see here. Wherever it came from, pasta has become a staple on tables around the world.
Yes.
Indeed, it has. So the passives, where are the passives? Hello, Antonio, welcome. Nice to have you. We are talking about pasta and looking for the passives. Do you like rice noodles, Shauna?
I do. I love rice noodles very, very much.
Me too. Yeah, there's a dish. What's that?
I have them in my cupboard.
Oh, nice. I don't, but there's a dish in Thai food called pad see ew, which is made with rice noodles and broccoli. It's so good. Wow, Sole. Good job. Had been eaten, is associated, had created, had been invented.
All right, I'm going along with you to find it in the text.
Awesome.
Is associated definitely is one.
So had created, where is the verb to be? Because remember the passives, there always needs to be a verb to be. Well, so we have had been eaten, good, is associated, had been invented, is eaten, excellent. Any others? Should we reveal a couple of them maybe?
I hope if I click on it, it's not going to give all the answers.
I think it gives one by one. We shall see. The mystery.
Eaten is the first one. Pasta, which is your subject, is eaten.
Indeed it is.
Oh.
Let's see the next one.
Was first eaten.
When was it first eaten? Why is that passive? Because we have the past participle, right? The verb to be and the past participle. Was it first eaten?
Then.
Where was it first eaten? I think, Joanna, just because of time, perhaps we might want to reveal all of the passives. So let's see. So take a look. Which ones did you get? Which ones did you not get? What about, okay, Sole had said had been invented. invented? We also have had been invaded. What about was in fact brought, right? Brought, past participle. So basically it's a good bet when it's a verb to be plus past participle that you're dealing with the passive, right? Good, Antonella. It is associated. Yeah, it was introduced. Fantastic. Okay, lovely. So we are almost up for time, but we hope that you all have a beautiful day. We thank you for your time. We are all kings and queens, and we are very happy to spend the time together. Remember, you can always go to the Mayas SOS group on Facebook. It's the Facebook group, so you can always go and check out, ask questions, whatever. Keep positive, keep cooking, keep eating your ginger, keep healthy. Ginger, remember, don't ever forget fennel is so good for you. Parsley.
Guys, and have an amazing day.
Yes, and remember, in 10 minutes time, there will be another fabulous webinar coming to you right on this same channel. So thank you. Yes, Arafat, we hope to see you in the school too. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful. Thank you for being such great participants too. Have a nice day.